right, welcome in, everyone. Cardinals HQ, the studios. The official title is the Kingsbury Chronicle Podcast. See, they printed this off more. Calvisi, don't screw this up over here, okay? But it's the off-season, Lisa, so maybe it's more affectionately known as...
Yeah, we like to call it Kickin' It with Kliff, so that's our name for this.
I like it.
Yes. Less formal, more fitting here in the off-season as we get to know the new head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, Kliff Kingsbury. And so how has Arizona treated you 1 month in now?
It's been awesome. The weather is beautiful every day, and really enjoyed getting around town and getting to know some people, and then got to go out to the golf tournament last weekend, and that was incredible. I had no idea the magnitude of that and the spectacle that it was, and that was fantastic. That's going to be an every year deal for me moving forward.
Now, we happened to see some footage from that. A friend actually texted me, said, "Hey, do you see our coach up there singing on stage? The birds, on stage. We need to hear the backstory with this."
Yeah, that's just
quite the performer.
That's what friends for. Yeah, or friends do for each other. One of my friends, Kelly James, was performing at the Bird's Nest and asked if I'd get up there, and reluctantly got up there, and did what we had to do.
So is that what you like to do? We've seen dance videos. Now singing on stage. Are you a performer? Like, what?
I really wasn't singing. I was acting. I was singing.
We heard.
Yeah, acting like I was singing. No, not much of a performer. It takes a very special situation.
What about backstage? How about some name dropping? Who was there? Was that the night where Snoop was there?
Snoop was there.
Snoop was there. Yeah, the chain smokers.
Oh.
So
did you get to meet Snoop?
It was a little different for a golf tournament, but everybody had a great time.
So did you get to meet Snoop?
I did not meet Snoop, but lots of Thunderbirds out there holding it down. Those guys, they got some juice. I was impressed. They know how to do it right.
Yeah, they call it the greatest show on grass for a reason. There's no doubt.
No question.
Yeah. Have you run into your first scorpion yet, in terms of Arizona experiences?
I haven't. I've been looking at places to buy, and I've heard that's a question you got to ask the realtor. So that's like the first thing I'm asking. Yeah. Is there a scorpion problem? But we have them in Texas. Maybe not to the extent here, and probably not as big, but I am familiar with some scorpion encounters.
Yeah. Well, I've lived here my whole life. I haven't seen one, so.
Good.
I don't know about you.
Well, it's more than I care to remember. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, but come on now, you're a hunter, right? And you fish in the off season. Well, you're good with that. I mean, measly little scorpion.
Nobody
come
likes
on.
the scorpions, man.
Yeah,
that's a vicious little critter. So if we can stay away from those, we'll be happy.
So you come in. We've heard the following. That you're a grinder. You're in at 4 a.m. As someone who does morning radio, we have a little club called the 5 a.m. Club members. We got to raise our game because you're a 4 a.m. Club member. Is that correct?
I kind of get in when I have to get in. It's a deal. Since I got into coaching, kind of adopted it and have wanted to remain heavily involved in the offense and the coaching of the quarterbacks. And you got to find time to do some of that stuff early and before everybody gets here, and maybe your attention's pulled in different directions, and so that's been part of my regiment, and it's worked out. But it makes for early bedtimes as well. So you got to pace yourself.
I'm not that kind of person, but I've heard a quote before that anyone chasing a dream wakes up before the sun, and they have this regimen that they follow. For you, what does that include? Coming in here to the office, what do you do during that time?
I like to get a workout in first and kind of get the day going, and then get up to the office, start watching film. Always start with some football stuff, kind of get yourself motivated, inspired, and then whatever you have to line up for the rest of the day, kind of make a checklist of what you got going on, get ready for the staff meeting, and get yourself prepared for the day.
Are you a coffee guy? Like, what starts your day?
I'm not. I'm a pre-workout guy. I'm a pre-workout and then Spark.
I do Spark too.
Spark, that's my go-to. But I haven't got into coffee. That's not my deal.
And at some point along the line, you found time to talk to Larry, right?
Yeah.
So he's back. What can you tell us about what you told Larry Fitzgerald?
I'd like to say I sold him on coming back, but
it was all you.
I don't think that was me. No, but what a thrill for this organization, for us as coaches, to work with such a legend of the game and a great person, a great ambassador for not only our organization, but the entire state. And we're thrilled. I think he's going to have a great role in our offense, what we do, and he'll be a great role model for the younger players on our team.
What does it mean to have a guy like him in the locker room, first-time head coach at this level, and just have his voice there?
Yeah, it's huge. Just lead by example. I mean, that's what he does. You can see the way he takes care of his body, the way he treats other people, the way he studies the game, how hard he works, the way he plays the game. Mm-hmm. He checks every box of what you want in your organization. And so, like I said, we're just honored and thrilled to have him back.
And we were talking about golf. He recently a hole-in-one with President Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody
I mean, he's
does
someone
that,
you're going to want to
man.
have to golf with.
Just
That's
another
like-
day in the off season for Larry.
Yeah, you
know.
can't even make that up.
I mean,
Nobody
come on.
believe it.
It's
you
just-
know, but that's him.
It's good you don't golf anymore, though, because, Larry will sandbag you, and he will win the Pebble Beach Pro-Am when you're not looking, and he's out there defending this week. And then in between, he's taking business classes at Harvard. So,
That's it. He's got to figure it out, man. There's not many that have it together as he does that I've ever heard of. So it's impressive.
So you're getting to know your coaching staff as well, correct?
We are, yeah. We brought together an experienced group from kind of all over. We wanted to put together the best staff that we could, regardless of prior relationship. And I felt like we've done that. Steve did a great job helping me and being a good resource for me as we put this thing together, and really excited about it. Everybody's still getting to know each other, but working hard at the X's and O's and getting ready for free agency.
There's a lot of mixing and matching NFL experience, college experience on this staff. What's the common characteristic, would you say, that brings you all together, that you're looking for in guys?
Yeah, I think, complete and total buy-in to what we're doing and what we believe we can be out here. Not where it's been, but where it's going. And I think you can feel that when you come in this office. Everybody's excited to be here. There's guys who've come from very successful programs, have had great runs in the NFL, and they're all fired up to be here and be a part of the Cardinals organization.
Adrian Wilson sat right here in this studio, and he said one of the big takeaways for him, Steve Keim, Michael Bidwell, was that you're self-aware, that you're not afraid to ask questions. To what degree is that accurate? I mean, to what degree,
no doubt.
Right?
I don't know what I don't know, and I'm not afraid to admit that. And I think if you try to do that and try to act like you have it all figured out, you're going to get yourself in trouble. And so that's why I was excited to bring in so many years of NFL experience to bounce ideas off of and pick their brain and figure out the best way that we can do things around here.
What has this just take me through these last 3 weeks for you, almost a month as a head coach. Just you talked about moving here, just experiencing Arizona a little bit, but has it all just figuring out your staff so far, or have you had time
it's been a lot of that. And then once we've started to kind of get that together, all right, offensively, where are we going to go with this thing? What are we going to install day one? And then the free agency deal will be upon us very, very shortly in the draft. And so, every day is a learning experience, and it's been great. Like I said, Steve's been fantastic to work with. The staff has had some great ideas, and so really like where we're heading.
How undefined is your offense right now? I think a lot of people are really curious what exactly you're going to run and you're going to install. To what degree are you still figuring that out?
Yeah, I'm big on adapting to our personnel. We want to do what we do well based on our personnel. I've never been one that's going to just run, hey, this is what we're going to run no matter what. That hasn't worked for me. So whatever we have offensively and the skill we have and the players we have, let's make it fit them. And I think that's something we've done in the past and hope to continue to do at this level.
Well, we have fans sending in their questions, a lot of fans, even from Brazil. So shout out to Brazil. Thank you. Brazil,
nice.
Australia. But the first one we have, just talking about the offense, from sports fan Chris. He says, welcome. And how do you plan to use, this is always a big question, how do you plan to use David Johnson in your offense?
Yeah, as many ways as we can. I think that's kind of the standard answer. He's such a tremendous talent, whether it's running the football, catching the ball, the screen game. We got to get him his touches and get him going and make him comfortable in what we do. And so he's going to have a major role. There's no doubt. He'll get it all sorts of ways, and we got to be creative in how we get him the ball.
So as an offensive head coach, what did you think of the lowest scoring Super Bowl ever?
It was, I think it just goes to show the level of coaching I thought was tremendous. Even offensively, guys made plays when they had to. The Patriots found big-time plays when they had to. And so just overall, well-coached, well-executed, hard-fought game. And as a head coach, I think you can appreciate that.
Now at the NFL level, how do you watch the Super Bowl? Do you enjoy it with family, friends, or is it all business for you almost as you're watching?
Yeah, I just watched it in my hotel this year. I had some stuff to do with the office, so just went in and ordered food and watched it.
Oh, yeah.
So you're not even unpacked yet?
I'm not unpacked. I'm still at the hotel and trying to figure it out one day at a time.
So you don't know, for example, what the movers broke, because they always break something.
Yeah.
So you have no idea.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. So I'm just trying to, whatever I have in my room is what I have at this point.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. And what do you think is going to be your biggest challenge this offseason? When you're probably starting to get settled in, when you hit zoom out between now and you guys actually hit the field in April for the first OTAs, what's your biggest challenge?
Yeah, I mean, every aspect of it's going to be new. And so I think you approach it that way. And like I said before, make sure you're asking the right questions and going through the right steps to figure it out and as quickly as you can. But I think free agency, the draft, just how those processes go about, making sure that we have enough focus on that, as well as spending enough time on the X's and O's of things.
In some of the interviews that you've done, you talked about the moment of just being able to sit back, realize your position. You're a head coach now in the NFL. For you, have you had that moment yet? Is it still just a whirlwind for you?
No, it's a whirlwind. I don't think we'll have that for a few years. So we're still learning every day and trying to get better and trying to make sure we put our best foot forward.
Did you take a moment when your guy Patrick Mahomes won the NFL MVP? That must have been pretty gratifying.
That was awesome. Just to see the humility, the way he handles everything that comes with it. It's been phenomenal. His parents did a tremendous job, and he's one of those young men that he deserves everything coming his way.
He's been pretty adamant in supporting you coming to the NFL. Have you heard that?
Yeah. He's that's the type of young man he is. He's a very loyal, supportive, good person, and I have a tremendous amount of respect for him. Will always be a big Patrick Mahomes fan.
All right. So every other week, Coach Kingsbury is going to join us.
Kicking it with Kliff.
And then in between, we're going to have an assistant. Do you have anyone in mind? Who should bat leadoff in terms of your assistants?
You're in charge
Got to
here.
go Vance, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
We'll do it.
Yeah. He's ready to rock.
Okay. All right, Coach, thanks for the time.
Thank
you for
y'all.
your time.
All right. Thank everyone for watching. Appreciate it. We'll see you next week.